Hey everyone, Pastor Steve here. Hope you're having a great week. As you may or may not know, new health orders were put in place this week that are going to affect how we gather on Sundays, starting this Sunday. First, a mask mandate has been put in place. And so when you come to church on Sunday, you're going to have to wear a mask once you enter the building. While you're inside, including for the whole entirety of the service, you're going to have to wear a mask. There's two exceptions. One, when we're doing communion. Second, if you're up front singing or speaking. Otherwise, you have to wear a mask. And so that's the first order that was put in place. There was another order put in place, and it's about our gatherings on Sunday and seating capacity. And it said this: our worship services must be limited to 50% of capacity unless all participants are fully vaccinated. If they are fully vaccinated, 100% capacity will be allowed. So here's our choice. Have services where anyone can attend, but it limits our capacity to 50%. Or we could do the vaccine passport things like restaurants have been doing and only allow fully vaccinated people into the services. If we were to do that, we could operate at 100% capacity. Obviously, this is a tough decision. And whatever decision we make is not going to have everyone being happy. But I want to say something before I share the decision that we made. And it's this. Very honestly and personally, my human side leans towards the passport option. But from a pastoral and kingdom perspective, I feel this is a time for the church to set an example of how people can worship and be in community together despite our differences. We all know that this vaccine issue has caused tension and division in families, in other relationships, in workplaces, in churches, and in the community at large. And as a church, we have an opportunity to show a different path. One that seeks to show understanding and acceptance rather than tension and division. One that seeks to be an example of love and grace and inclusion rather than exclusion. This is an opportunity for the Church of Jesus to be a light shining on the hill. And rather than being like the rest of culture, which is finding itself in chaos and division over these issues, it's an opportunity for the church to show unity and love, not just to one another, but to the city at large. And so here's the decision that we've come to. We've decided, starting this Sunday and for the present time, we're going to go with the 50% option, thus allowing anyone to attend our worship services. Now, if you want to make sure that you get a seat at one of our services, either at WRC or at CPC, you can pre-register. And registration for this coming Sunday is going to open later today, which is Thursday, and will be open until Saturday morning. And you can pre-register every week if you want to ensure that you get a seat at one of our services. Otherwise, you can just show up and take a chance at getting a seat. The ushers and greeters will have to keep count of how many people are coming into the building to ensure compliance. And if we hit capacity, we will very unfortunately have to turn some people away. But that will only be a short-term event, because once we start turning people away, we will add additional services. We want everyone who wants to come and worship in person on Sunday to be able to do that. And so we're choosing the 50% capacity option. Also, let me talk about Christmas Eve, because Christmas Eve is coming up in just a few short weeks. Those are big services for us. We're planning 3 Christmas Eve services this year, 4:30 and 7:30 at WRC, 6:30 at CPC. Here's how we're handling the services. 6:30 at CPC and at 7:30 at WRC, the services will be the 50% capacity services, welcoming anyone until we hit that 50% capacity. The 4:30 service at WRC will be a vaccine passport service. So to get into the 4:30 service at WRC, you're going to have to show your vaccine passport. Our services will also be live streamed at 4:30 and 7:30. If you're unable or if you're not comfortable coming to a service, you will be able to watch it live streamed wherever you find yourself, with family or friends, anywhere in the world for that matter. You'll be able to watch this service. But our 4:30 service on Christmas Eve will be a vaccine passport service. The 6:30 at CPC, the 7:30 at WRC will be our 50% capacity service. You will also be able to pre-register for the 6:30 and the 7:30 services. Thanks for listening to me. I know, again, that we are not going to please everyone with our decision, but I want to encourage you, as I was saying a couple of minutes ago, to look at this as an opportunity for us as a church to be people of love and grace and understanding, not only with one another, but as we do that, we can be a shining example of how people can walk through the difficult days of COVID together. Thanks for listening. Have a great rest of the week. See you on Sunday.